Hello everyone and welcome for another video of Love and Wargames. In this video, we are going to cover the July 2024 releases for Dystopian Wars, and they are quite small but very interesting releases. So we will talk about them quite quickly to know if you should get excited or not. Basically, if you're a Crown player or a Commonwealth player, yes. But even if you're not, there is a very important mercenary ship that is in there. We'll take a look at that. First of all, I'd like to apologize a little bit for not being available that much recently. You've seen the rhythm of videos has been a bit slower. I've been traveling for work for like about 10 days, and yeah, no access to anything, so it's been a little bit difficult to keep up to date. But it should go back once again. So we do have plans like putting everything into place, especially increasing the number of battle reports, mostly for conquest, but we'll try to do also a few more extra games here and there. Also, still, of course, Dystopian Wars. And yeah, we're going back for a big summer, even though there is Olympic Games in Paris, in case you missed it. Here, everybody talks about it. And it's gonna be difficult to travel in the city, apparently, like even worse than I thought. And yeah, I'm not sure how we're gonna go to our LFGS to play games and record them because yeah, it's gonna be difficult. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll do our best. If we cannot have time for battle reports, we're gonna try to catch up on Armored Clash and what to build and tacticas and stuff. So what do we get in this releases of July? Let's get back on track. We have the Legends of the Crown, which is basically the Nautilus and Gloriana, which a variant of the Gloriana, which is the Tilok-Gal. Not sure if it's pronounced like this. So two ships plus some escorts. Love it. And then what might be the smallest box ever released, like the Markov's Prometheus, which is one single ship for the Commonwealth, but quite an important one. So those are ships that we've had in the orbit for a long, long time, but we used proxy. We used a Morgana for the Nautilus, we used a Gloriana for the Tilok-Gal, and we used an Hypatia, basic one, as Markov's Prometheus. And now these special, unique named ships have their own specific models, which is interesting. We'll start with the Legends of the Crown, with the Nautilus, which looks amazing. It's like a boosted Morgana assault submarine, and you just look at this. It's like a cooler Morgana, like with this giant drill there. It looks great. Like I'm not much more to say than maybe it's the coolest submarine of the game, maybe, probably. And the Tilok-Gal, which is basically a Gloriana with a tougher front program. This thing is basically invincible from the front, but it's very vulnerable from the rear. If we can, I will show you a picture from the rear just after. And you get as well 5 escort tokens, which is great. It's what the Tilok-Gal can get a maximum. I'm not sure how they bring it there. Is it in resin? Maybe. Maybe it's a good idea to put resin escorts to Warcradle. We will see it when we receive it. If we receive it, we'll make an unboxing, of course, and a deeper deep dive on the tactics. But what I can show you is, for example, the Nautilus, because especially the Nautilus, it's very important because it's a mercenary ship, which means you can't put it anywhere. You have to include the Nautilus. If you put the Nautilus mercenary fleet, you gain a command override for free, like always good, always nice. And then you can add some additional submarines, like Canadians or British submarines, if you have them. If you just buy the Legends of the Crown box, you will not have extra submarines to put on top of the Nautilus, but if you do, great for you. The Nautilus is 130 points, so quite pricey for something 4/3 armor 6, but it has Citadel 15, which is leagues better than Morgana, which is like 5/10 if I remember correctly. It has heavy torpedo to the front, heavy torpedo to the rear, fine. Vengeance kills so it devastates anything it touches, and it has like all the rules. It has Silent Hunter, um, which is isn't it the old way? Anyway, it has Shadow Hunter, so redeploying. Silent Hunter, so it can redeploy even better next to the enemy line, boosting its torpedoes and getting in range to make a ramming. With Terror from below making boost, it's unstoppable, so it goes through many ships. Full steam ahead, it's faster. It can make great boarding with elite crew. Well, only Frey 9, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Disciplines great for boarding as well, and for defending, and it's great, and for ramming and stuff. Especially it has Devil's Unlock, so once per turn you can cancel for free, like with any card, an enemy's valor effect. Amazing. and veteran repair team as well. Like it has all the rules. Like it's very good. And strategic withdrawal if you want to, like if you see that it's very exposed and you want to keep it for alive for turn 3 or turn 4 later on, you can absolutely do that. Uh, do note that with strategic withdrawal, you do not have a secure way to bring it back. So you will be reliant on the luck of the dice if you want to bring it back, because you do not have something like unexpected arrival. So be careful about that. But yeah, such a great ship. Like it's basically like if you play competitively and you don't have easy access to Fortunes of War, even if you do, having a tough-ish submarine that can shoot all the way from the back or stay hidden with good heavy torpedo salvo, stay hidden, stay alive, and bring you Devils on Luck turn after turn, yeah, that's an auto-include like in most competitive lists. You also have the Tilok-Gal now, which is basically Ogloriana but tougher, like from the front. It has armor 8, citadel 16. It's gonna have ablative armor 4 from the front, so good luck with that. Also Guardian Generator 8. Why not? Why not? Always more. It does have also a heavy firepower, of course. Guardian Surge, so it can go to Guardian Generator 16. You can take 5 escort tokens for plus 8 points each. It might get updated because we've seen all the orbits getting updated and getting the escorts not at plus 8 but plus 5 each. So that's going to be a very good boost for something as tough, which is still vulnerable to torpedoes. In our local meta, and that's what we recommend, we put all the escorts for free, always, and that makes for a much more beautiful table because you put all the escorts and it's very much more fun. Royal Engineers, like, oh, I will not make a deep dive, we'll talk about it later, but this thing is tough. One thing to note though is that on the picture they show it with 4 heavy gun batteries, and in the current orbit it has only 3 because in the rear it has a boosted like Guardian Generator in the rear. So maybe a little mistake here. It might be the case, it might be the case. We'll have to wait and see if they update the orbit, which is absolutely a possibility. So yeah, let's just take a second again to check out the Nautilus, amazing looking ship once again, and the Tilok-Gal, which looks very tough from the front and which has surprisingly this heavy gun battery, which is not supposed to be there, but we will see if the orbit is updated, and of course the very cute crown escort. So we'll have to see the price as well. I'm not sure how they're gonna price it, like 2 ships, 2 resin ships, 1 mass 2, 1 mass 4, and 5 escorts. I think it's gonna be on the lower price or lower scale. Everybody wants a Nautilus, basically, but the big thing that will put the price and be important is the Tilok-Gal. And I'm not sure if it's gonna become a mercenary. I don't think so. Fluff-wise, it absolutely has no reason to be a mercenary ship. It might be important because they say that it participated in the events of the Ghosts of Midwinter, which is the second like fluff narrative campaign, big quotation mark narrative campaign for this year, with a new season of objectives and missions, etc. We'll see what happens in the Ghosts of Midwinter, if there's going to be a real campaign that we can follow. If yes, we might make some battle reports on the channel, or if it's just going to be generic fluff that you can read and be happy with it. We'll see. But in this resort, it might be important if you want to play those missions to have the Tilok-Gal. And the second ship that I'm very excited personally for is Markov's Prometheus. So we basically converted it exactly this way, which is basically the head, the citadel of a Borodino on top of an Hypatia class Covenant ship with 3 railguns. It's basically exactly how it was converted. There are some extra bits, like the front of the Borodino, which is a good idea, and the rear we can also see the wings there that might look amazing. So it's quite a funky mix of a Commonwealth and Covenant ship. We'll have to see how it looks once painted. I think it could look very cool. Gameplay wise, it's interesting, but it skews your list so much, and the more ships you have around it, the more risk you take, but the stronger you are. Let's just take a quick look. It's 265 points, okay. Armor 7, Citadel 13 for a ship without ablative armor. That's not great for the Commonwealth at all. 6/6 hull points, but you don't buy it for its tankiness. You buy it because, well, it has 3 tri-railguns with heavy firepower, which means that it can punch a lot from far away. And it has experimental generator ship, which means basically mass 2 surface ships around gain the generators, so magnetic shield and shroud, not the cryo generator. It's written, so it's probably going to be applied to like Imperium and Empire as well. So you won't be able to spam magma casters anymore. So be aware of that. It was too strong, as you've seen on our battle reports. So you can just give defensive generators in bubble around yourself. Okay, and the shield is +1 with the experimental shield amplifier. So we'll have to see like if it makes such a difference. I think yes, because it if you just bring the Markovs by itself with a couple cruisers, it's not gonna make a huge difference. Like it's nice, but eh. But what I'm saying with this is either you put an absolute horde of Mass 2 cheap Russian ships, like the Oleg, for example, with Fury generators, with shield and Shroud Magnetic is going to be annoying to deal with, or even keep them their heavy gun batteries. Also, same with the Kutsovs. Kutsov, if you start to put shields on them and magnetics, that's annoying, but especially if you're a super competitive player, if you start to be annoying and you put something like, I don't know, 3 Borodino or 4 Borodinos, 2 squadrons of 2 around Markov's Prometheus, like Borodinos with each of them mass 4 shields and magnetic. Woo! It's tough, it's tough. And it's going to be extremely annoying to deal with. So it can be very strong, Markov's Prometheus, but be careful. First of all, if destroyed by Covenant, the enemy gains +1 victory points. Fun, fluff, okay. And if it is destroyed, everyone within 5 inches gets a catastrophic explosion, which is huge. Like, you don't want that at all. It kind of like negates all the extra health you could have saved from having a shield and everything. So yeah, it's a lot of eggs in the same basket. I'm not sure I like it gameplay wise. I mean, it looks great. Painted at the highest level, it will look simply amazing. But gameplay wise, it's not my thing. You do have some bonuses, but it's fragile-ish. Even though it has a good shield, it has no ablative armor, it has not great citadel. It will deal so much damage in bubble if it dies. Of course, you have 2 inches of game, like where the buff bubble is 7 inches and the explosion bubble is 5 inches. So you can try to play with this, but don't count on it too much. I'm not sure it's so great, but it's very fluffy, and apparently it's gonna play a role in the Ghosts of Midwinter campaign. And just for this, I love it. If you're a Commonwealth player, it's gonna be probably quite cheap box, so maybe have it. It's gonna be a nice centerpiece for your fluffy games. And we're never safe from the fact that they might give it some new rules if they update the Orbat once this is released. We will see then. But yeah, the thing that kills it for me is the fact that automatic catastrophic explosions on everyone at 5 inches, it negates the boosts of the, okay, you save 1 health point, 1 hull point here with shield, 1 hull point there with shield, and then everybody gets catastrophic explosion, criticals, and disorder. And then you were like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have bought the Markov Preterius, I should have just bought a Borodino with railguns instead. Because it would not have exploded like this. And yeah, maybe you should have. We'll have to wait and see. If it's weak, it will get boosted. We know Warcradle is quite reactive on this. And if you love the model, then just go for it, because it's quite rare that you can buy just 1 model for Dystopian Wars. And yeah, that's it for today. And that's it for July. We're pretty sure that they're keeping the big strength for the release of Armored Clash. It's not going to be in July, so probably we guess it's going to be in August. Of course, we will make a video of this as soon as it is released. Once we receive those boxes, we'll make 1 unboxing video for both of them, because there is not that much to tell. We'll make the unboxing plus a deep dive Tactica where I will tell you, okay, this combo works better, and especially if there's been an Orbat update, I will tell you about this. Until the next video, take care of yourself, guys. Expect some more videos. We'll do our best to keep the flow of video running. And remember to keep things fair in love and war games. Bye.